Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Max Learning channel, and today we are going to talk about the types of the polynomial and the degree of the polynomial. Polynomial is, as the definition says, it is a combination of variables and constants, and for the variable there will be a multiplying factor which we call as the coefficients of the variable. The standard formula for this is a polynomial can be represented by a variable. If you take x, whose there will be exponent for this, and you also have a coefficient which is nothing but this an, and like this the polynomial will keep going, an minus 1, this will keep progressing, and this degree also will keep decreasing, okay, and this will keep going until you have a constant which is represented by this a naught. Okay, this is the standard form of a polynomial. In this, an is nothing but the coefficient of x, and n is the greatest degree, greatest exponent, which is also called the degree of the polynomial. This you call it as degree, okay, and n, they are all the coefficients of the x term. And coming to the types of polynomial, if based on the number of terms it has, you can say number 7 is a monomial because it has only one term which is a constant term in it. If I add x to this, so it is x plus 7, so there are now two terms, x is one term and 7 is one term, so this becomes a binomial. Assuming I add one more term, say x square, so now there are three terms to this, x square, x and 7, so this is a trinomial. Assuming I add one more term to it, so now you can ask if it is a quadrinomial or something, but that's not the case. When you have four or more terms, then we call it as polynomial. Okay, so the different types are monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. And degree is nothing but the highest exponent of the variable x. Here the variable x, the greatest exponent will be the degree of the polynomial. Yeah, you might have a question like, what is the degree of number 7? There is no x term to this, but how do we know the degree for this? In this case, we can say that x power 0, anything, for any number if you put 0, the value is always 1, right? X naught is 1. So what is the exponent for here? 0. So for a constant term, the degree is always 0. For x plus 7, okay, let's take this polynomial x cube. So the highest power of x is 3. So here the degree is 3. Right? So this is about the types and degree of the polynomial. And in few cases, you will be asked to add to any two polynomials. For example, okay, assuming you are asked to add these two polynomials, x cube 2x square plus 8, and the other polynomial is 3x power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So the way the polynomial should be added is simply you have to pick all the like terms. So if you look at these two polynomials, x cube and x cube, they will be the like term. 2x square, and you don't have a x square term here in the second polynomial, so it doesn't have a like term. Constants you can group together. So with the only like term that we have is x cube, x cube. So the way it has to be written is So first let's write x cube. That is the first term, and then we have 2x square. Okay, that is the second term, and there is no x term to it. So for a beginning sake, you can put 0 into x, and there is a constant 8. That is the first term. For the second one, x power 4. There is no x power 4. So let's write it here, 0 x power 4. And we have a x cube term. Let's write it under x cube. Yeah, there is no x square term. So for beginning sake, I am putting 0x square. And then, yeah, there is a x term to it. So simply x, or you can have it as 1x for understanding. And the last term, a constant, you group it against the constant. And the operation is to add, so we put a plus sign. Now let's start adding it. 8 plus 1 is 9. And here 0x plus 1x, it is 1x. Because 0 is nothing, so you add anything to 0, you get the same number. Here it is 1x. 2x, 0x, so this is, you write 2x square. And here this is 1 plus 1 is 2, and you put the term 2x cube. And for the last one, it is 3x power 4. Okay, so this is how we add. This is the answer for any polynomial. So the way it has to be done is group all the like terms together. We had the like term. Only this was the only like term, and the other were different, and constant we grouped them together. The other terms were all not, we did not find a like term in the other polynomial. So when it is not available, you put a 0 for that, 0, and when you progress, you add it this way. This is how polynomials to be added, and subtraction also follows the same sequence. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe the channel if you find it useful.